Morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. So, normally when we gather on these stairs at the Department of Emergency Management, it is not for great news, okay? Sometimes we're up here talking about stuff going down or other things about warning people. But today we are here and I'm so thrilled to celebrate. And so we're going to get into why we're here. But mostly it's to celebrate the ribbon cutting of our new 911 Dispatch Operations Center. So I'm going to... Thank you. So I'm going to turn it over to my boss, the woman that helped guide us here and for whom I'm so proud to work, Mayor London Breed.
Thank you, Mary Ellen Carroll, and thank you to all of our 911 dispatchers and so many of the people who work in this building every single day, answering over 3,000 calls every single week. And more importantly, during sometimes the most stressful times in people's lives. We know that the people who work in this facility are key to our emergency response and deserve to have a facility that works better for them. And today, we are so proud to announce that this facility has been renovated on time and on budget, thanks to the leadership of Mary Ellen Carroll, as well as the Department of Public Works, Carla Short, because they know how I get when we start going over budget. But today is one of those days to celebrate. A renovated facility that expands the capacity because we know how desperately our city still needs more 911 dispatchers, so please apply. We also know there is need for appropriate training space. And more importantly, when our dispatchers and the people who work here need a break, they should have a decent break room in order to refresh and to get back into the trenches to do the important work necessary to respond to emergencies all over the city. Last week, we celebrated Dispatcher Appreciation Week in San Francisco like we do every single year. And I want to thank the Board of Supervisors for recognizing so many amazing dispatchers who answer the call every single time. You know, we are lucky that we have people who are patient, that are kind, that are understanding. And in fact, this community works together as a family to lift one another up, because even after those calls end, there are still sometimes things that stick to you and you need support from the people around you to help get through it. Today is special because we have made the needs of the people who work here every day front and center by rehabilitating this space and making it a better working environment. That's why we're here today, to celebrate this extraordinary milestone. And again, I want to thank so many of the folks, including our general contractor, as well as the Department of Technology and others who had to be very creative in getting this done as quickly as possible, because we know how important these calls are every single day for the people of San Francisco. And with that, I want to turn it over to the folks who helped to lead this effort and express my appreciation, again, to Public Works and the director of the department, Carla Short.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Breed. Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited to be here representing Public Works, the team that helped deliver these critical improvements on behalf of DEM and the people of San Francisco. As the mayor said, our 911 dispatch center is a critical nerve center that never sleeps, acting as the connective tissue between dispatchers, first responders, public safety, and the communities we serve. But because the 911 dispatch center is a 24/7 operation, the work was not without its logistical challenges. My project team is nodding over here. The project team, construction workers, and the 911 dispatchers worked together to make sure the project advanced without hindering the critical functions of the 911 operation. And I do want to thank our project team, led by Lisa Zhao. They're over here. Thank you. Delivering projects like these that benefit all who live, work, and visit here is a privilege. and showcases our commitment as a city to prioritize resiliency, public safety, and our people. Thank you for the opportunity to say a few words. And now I'd like to bring back Mary Ellen Carroll, the Director of Department of Emergency Management, who championed this project and her dispatchers team from the start. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before I get into the details, I know it's not Women's History Month anymore, although I think it should be every month. I would like to point out a few things. Mayor London Breed, her Director of the Department of Emergency Management, the Director of Public Works, the lead project manager, Lisa Zhao, for DPW, the lead team for project management for DM, Lisa Emanuel, Teresa, and, I'm sorry, did I say Lisa? Rachel Emanuel, Teresa Burns, and Lori Cerna, all women-led. All women-led, on time and on budget, because that's how we do it. Yeah. All right, so this really is a pivotal moment for us. This has been a long time in the planning. I again want to thank you, Mayor Breed, for your leadership and for your support in bringing us here, but also your unwavering support for public safety. As you can see, we have our public safety leadership partners here, and I'm so grateful to Chief Scott. Chief Nicholson isn't here, but her deputy chief is here, and of course, Sheriff Miyamoto, who I believe is behind me somewhere. Yes. Okay. Definitely want to thank the 2020 Earthquake Safety and Emergency Response Bond, the Easter bond, that supported this project and supported by the Board of Supervisors and the mayor and the taxpayers. This space is a modern space. The technology was upgraded. We needed to upgrade our technology to be ready for the next generation 911 for our new computer-aided dispatch system, which is a joint project with all of our public safety partners and the Department of Technology. And to be able to bring the technology that we need so that we can best serve the residents and the visitors of this city. I already did the project team, and as the mayor said, last week was Dispatcher Appreciation Week, and so I'd just like to take a moment to recognize a few people who were recognized last week. So Bill Hackenthal was our Dispatcher of the Year. And you're going to hear from him next. Valerie Tucker, who was here, was recognized for her really exemplary EMS call. And Dorian Locke, or as we call him, D-Lock, as Tony Hardling, Dispatcher of the Year. So being a 911 dispatcher is not easy, and that's an understatement. Their days are filled with challenges and the emotional stress of the crisis that they respond to. Yet this team, and I have been with the city doing emergency work for my whole career, over 20 years, I have never met a more dedicated group of people in my life. These are people that go above and beyond every single day. And, you know, I am just so thrilled to be able to give them the tools that they need, a beautiful work space to work, and absolutely more comfort. And as the mayor said, spaces where they can go when they get that call that is so impactful, that really any one of us would send us on a leave for probably several months. And they take 5 minutes, maybe a 15, and then they're back on the phone. So, you know, so saying that, it is a very rewarding career, and they wouldn't be here if they didn't love it. So guess what? We're hiring. The base salary for a 911 dispatcher is $106,000. That doesn't include overtime, and that's the first of 6 steps. In addition, we've taken a lot of measures this year to make the process to become a dispatcher and the process of going through the hiring a lot easier and shorter. And so we are hopeful that people will look at the job, consider this this public service job that you can really build a life on and be a part of this beautiful community of San Francisco. So with that, I would like to turn it over to our dispatcher of the year, and he can tell you the real deal, and that's Bill Hackenthal.
Thank you, Mary Ellen. So far, our soft open is going well. There's been a few kinks, but we love the new space. For the past year, we've been compressed into a very small space that was hot and cold at the same time, very loud, and very difficult to work in, but we made it through. I really want to thank everyone who made it possible for us to get back in our room on time. I also want to give you a little perspective. Some of the people, the most senior dispatchers who are working here now, started at the Hall of Justice. They took only police calls, only calls for police service, dispatch only the police department. Our job has evolved now to where we're taking police, fire, and medical calls every day. We've been in this building since 2001. Our job is continuing to evolve to the point now we're also dispatching for the fire department, community paramedicine teams, and street crisis units. The space upstairs is fantastic. It's modern, new, ergonomic furniture. It's got climate control, it's comfortable, and there's lots of natural light. As Mary Ellen said, we have a challenging job every day. I'm very grateful to our administration and city leaders who understand that we do our job best when we're well equipped. The room upstairs lays a very strong foundation for the coming technological upgrades of our CAD system and the coming 911, statewide 911 phone system upgrade. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill. And now we will take a few questions. If anyone has a question for us. Anyone up there? Yes. Yes. We have been, we had to come back into it in a phased approach. Obviously, again, we never stop operations from the time we started this work. But we are now, everybody is upstairs on the floor and working through all the normal things that happen when you move into a new place with very complicated technology. But yes, we are answering your calls from there. Yeah. This remodel was built for the future. So it is built for us to expand. It is built to accommodate that. For instance, we don't have the new CAD system yet. We have the space to put the CAD system in. And so it is designed for the future. So we're hoping that we get another 20 years out of this remodel, at least. Right. So we've been very open about not meeting those standards for the last probably year or so. But that is all about our staffing. And so I'm very happy to say that for the first time, we are going to have the biggest class that we've had since COVID. And we anticipate that our subsequent classes, we're almost not quite filling it, but very, very close. And that our subsequent classes, we're very confident that we will be filling to the maximum. So we're hoping that in the next, probably within the next year or two, you're going to be seeing a lot better statistics on those calls. Yes, the call metrics. Sure, we have, we currently are down about 30 plus positions within the department. And like I said, have 3 classes in the next 6 months that will be coming on board, but it takes almost 2 years to get a fully trained dispatcher off the floor. They go through an academy, and then they come on to do field training to answer calls. Then they can answer calls. Then they have to learn police radio and then fire. So as we see these classes get out of training and get on the floor, you're going to see us having additional bodies, both to answer calls initially, but then to be fully fledged dispatchers. A lot of overtime, a lot of mandatory overtime, and really that's, to be honest, that's a lot of how we've had to do it, which really speaks to the how hard this job has been the last couple of years. All right, thank you.